For a long time, I hated myself. I hated myself for not being as genius as Elon Musk. I hated myself for not looking as sexy as Irina Shayk. I hated myself for not being able to meet my own expectations. I felt guilty because I didn't treat myself well. I didn't love myself. I never took good care of myself. I worked hard, but I didn't spend money on myself. I bought the cheapest items and ate the cheapest food. If I could save $2 by walking 20 minutes to another shop, I would do it. But in the end of the day, who did I save the money for if I didn't even treat myself well? We often say we want to be loved and find our true love. But if we don't love ourselves, who else would? How you love yourself is how you teach others to love you. Ruby Kaur. Below are some efforts that I've made to learn to love myself. First is grooming. People often feel their partners don't love them after a while, but a lot of people just stop taking care of themselves after a marriage. Grooming is a great way to take care of ourselves and put ourselves together. I admit that I didn't care for myself well. Before this year, I never used any skincare products. I didn't put sunblock while sun tanning every day. I had a lot of dry hair splits, but never did any treatment. I went on some toughest backpacking trips around the world without taking showers for 4 days in Africa. And I smell like shit. One day, I saw pets are so good at grooming themselves. I thought to myself, animals are good at self-caring, but why we humans are not? Recently, after I moved back to Singapore, I started committing to this self-love mission, got a fresh look with new haircuts. I've never had short hair in the past 2 decades. Just finished my haircut. I've never had short hair. Do I look good? And once a week, I also put a facial mask to care for my dry skin. Looking good always increases our self-confidence, doesn't it? Second is yummy food. When I work hard for the day, I always make sure to reward myself with good food. I don't spend on other things, but my biggest spending is food. I love to eat, and I love to eat a lot too. I like different types of food: spicy food, Asian food, South American food, Middle Eastern food. And I love buffet because I always make it worthy. So today I'm here for buffet at Pan Pacific. On a Saturday afternoon, I go out and buy a box of goodies and bakeries to have a relaxing afternoon tea with myself. Yes, with the koala. I will also make some English breakfast tea, sit there, overlooking an amazing view of redwood houses. Sometimes I take myself out to eat other yummy food with interesting themes. This is actually a door, and it's like a fridge. Look at this, it's so amazing. All the retro old school posters around me. Such as this one, a very interesting restaurant with a dragon theme in a secret dark hole. I also like to sit at a matcha cafe, sipping a cup of matcha, eating cakes, and reading articles, or just simply people watching. Any type of good food makes me happy and feel love. Who can say no to good food anyway? Live shows, stand-up comedy. I'm very into stand-up comedy and love to take myself to watch live shows. If you have watched some of my old videos, you know I used to do a lot of funny comedy episodes. Stand-up comedy is one of the 2 entertainments that I go out to do in Singapore. For the friends who know me, I'm known as a very entertaining person. I always talk about random things that make people burst into laughter and tears without me actually realizing it. Before COVID, I went to stand-up comedy shows often, but COVID makes everything harder. Last month, I took myself to a stand-up comedy show at Esplanade, where my favorite stand-up comedian performed. I laughed for the whole night and burst into tears. That was the best investment I've had in 2021. My ROI is happiness. Sometimes I also just laugh a whole night alone at home because I think of some funny moments, random conversations with my friends, or even just laugh at some nonsense that I did to myself.
Every country has got math problems, which reflects the economic situation of that country. America has got math problems too. Oliver has $1,500 in credit card debt.
For me, even some of the most bitter experiences in life can make me laugh. I always make fun of things and try to get the best fun out of it. Number 4, journaling. Journaling is an underrated form of meditation. It's my way of feeling the love from myself and clearing my thoughts as an introvert. I've been journaling for more than 20 years. Whenever I want to hear the inner voice deep down in my heart, I would take out my laptop or phone, just start writing. Writing about what I've done that day, writing about how I feel, writing about why I'm stressed, and writing about why I feel so blissful, happy, and hyper. Just the process of writing them down already gives me the chance to think through and increase self-awareness of my own emotions and feelings. Since I don't really talk to anyone for the majority of my time living alone, journaling has become one of the best ways for me to let out my steams, and sometimes I even ask myself for advice, as if I was looking at the matter as a third party. To me, this is self-love and self-care, and it's true love. Number 5, aromatherapy. Aromatherapy is another thing I feel is quite romantic alone. I used to only spray perfume on myself when I went out to meet people, but nowadays I thought to myself, why do I only spray perfume for other people to smell me, but not for myself to smell nice at home? That question really has changed my mindset from focusing on others to focusing on myself. So now, after shower or before bedtime, I always give myself a couple of sprays of perfume to smell good and to feel good. I also make a little lavender sachet aside my pillow. Every night before bedtime, I always take a deep breath to smell it. It gives me a lot of calmness and peaceful feeling. On top of this, I place some scented decors at the corner of my apartment. It's very light in scent, but I feel very good spending time on little things like this because it's the effort to improve my living quality and conditions. Manifesting and praying. I used to go to church. I believe that without belief and faith, a body is just a shell without a soul, not to even mention spirit. During the pandemic, I haven't been able to go to church. Recently, I started praying at home before my bedtime. Why bedtime? Because I enjoy the calmness and I can focus more on hearing my own inner voice. When I pray, I write down what I want or my wish list, sometimes just present tense. Then I will say it out loud to myself and to the God. Sometimes I visualize them. I want my family to be healthy, happy, physically and mentally. And sometimes I read off what I write. I've found that words really have power. Some of the things I said I want have actually realized the same week. Why I say this is a self-love practice? Because only we want to have the best for ourselves. If we don't even make such efforts, who would do that for us? To close this video, I want to share this quote with you. Love yourself first, because that's who you'll be spending the rest of your life with. If you guys love me and love yourself, please show your love by clicking the like and the subscribe buttons to my channel. Don't forget to share my videos with friends and social media, because sharing is loving. Take care.